feel free to sit back, relax, and learn a little bit more about Loom today. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to do things a little different today because Loom is a screen recording software that you can use. It's a video recorder. You will download a little application. It runs on your computer, kind of like Zoom, kind of like Word, and other apps like that. And if you look at my presentation today, you will see video in it because I had to pre-record bits of it instead of doing it on Loom, because doing Zoom and Loom simultaneously, one and the other decides to take over the microphone. So in order to be able to be with you, I pre-recorded some sections, and then I'll actually stop and show you, some bits of Loom from there. All right. So if anyone has any questions, please save them, write them down, or type them in the chat, and I'll go over those once we're done going through the different portions of Loom. So Loom is free to educators. Loom has been around for a little bit. They were a startup, and now they have taken off with COVID-19 and the need for educational tools. They were originally for business, and then they're like, wait, this would be great for schools. And so they made it free for anyone with an EDU account. And so we'll talk about that as well today. Their little slogan, as you can see on the slide, is show it, say it, send it. So a little business oriented there. That's honestly what I use it for, but we'll go through a few other applications today. So let's go ahead and click through. This is kind of what the Loom interface looks like. So for this particular sample, you'll see there's like a toolbar on the side. There's a little talking head. You can actually move that around to wherever you'd like, and then it will record whatever you are showing on the screen. So that can be really helpful. I have actually done that with Zoom. If I need to show something on Zoom to someone, I'll use Loom to record Zoom, go from there. So this is what everyone's been waiting for. How do you get an account? It's really easy. And let me go ahead and type this in the chat. You just have to go, and let me move that chat window out of the way here really quick. You're going to want to go to this specific website. It is the education website for Loom. So it's www.loom.com and then /education. So be sure to go there. That's where you're going to sign up. So once you get to that website, and feel free to navigate there right now as I go through this little bit, because it is a two-step process to get your free pro account. So first, once you get to the website, you're going to scroll down a little bit, and you'll go ahead and log and create your account for free. Be sure to use your @lls.edu account. You can't use Gmail, you can't use Hotmail. It's not going to verify you as an education user. So be sure to use your @LLS account. And then the second part that you're watching right now, you're going to go through a little bit of a survey. This is for them to verify that you are with an EDU institution. And so it's just going through the different questions here on our screen right now. You'll type in your email address. So Loom is free for the first 30 days if you don't have an EDU account. And it's this second bit right here that verifies, yes, I'm with a school, and your account will become a pro account for, well, right now for eternity. So go ahead and go through those two steps. Again, two-step process, and you'll go ahead and have your Loom Pro account for free as an educator. So once that's set, once you have that all done, you're going to need to actually install Loom. So kind of like we download Word, PowerPoint, Zoom, all that fun stuff. Loom is a desktop application as well. It does work on, hold on, let me do this, Windows, Mac. It actually has an iPad app as well. I'm not quite sure about Android, but I think they might be working on something. But for most folks, what they're going to be using is the desktop application. So the fastest way to download that, to get to the download for Loom, is to log into your account. So what you're seeing on my screen right now is my Loom account from the website. And what you're going to do is, well, mouse around and figure out where it is, as I was doing. You're going to click in the upper right-hand corner where your name is or your picture, and notice there are two links to download or install the Chrome application. So you're going to want to go ahead and click on Download App. And depending on what type of machine you're on, it will either download. I was on a Mac, so it was a DMG. If you're on Windows, it'll do the EXE. You'll go ahead and let that run and Loom will be installed. So it's as simple as that. For the Chrome extension, I have installed that as well. I find that I don't use that as much. I just happen to have Loom running on my desktop. It does give you a few other features. So definitely at minimum, download that desktop app, and the Chrome one is optional. All right, now here's the bit. Once you've actually downloaded Loom, you will need to log in. So when you start it, just like you would start Word, you know, or you'd open Excel or you'd open PowerPoint, you'll go to Start, find Loom, open it from there. If you're on a Mac, you can do the Command Spacebar, you know, so there's me finding Loom, going ahead and opening it. So if you've never logged in before, it'll prompt you. It'll say, please enter your email address, and you'll do that. You'll enter your at lls.edu email, you'll enter your password, and then it'll go ahead. I was offline, my bad. But once it's connected, it shows you this little template right here, or this window. You can select the different options from here. So for most folks, you might only have one or two options. Unfortunately, as a tech geek, I have way too many different mics and cameras that I was playing with. So I went ahead and selected that. I'm going to start recording my desktop. Notice my picture in the lower corner. And there we go. I started my recording. So over on the left-hand side, notice I can stop, I can draw. That can be pretty fun. I can draw on anything that I'm showing on my screen. So that's pretty cool. Change the color. That was a little hard to see there initially. And going back, I'm showing, yep, I can pause my recording. I could just cancel it all, start over again. Or if it's all good, I'll go ahead and press stop and it'll take me into Loom. And so once I'm in Loom, this is where I can do all the magic fun things like editing, you know, finding what the link is, etc. So that's pretty much Loom in a nutshell as far as getting it open on your computer. You're going to log in, go ahead and start creating a recording. And as you saw, there was a bit of a countdown before you got started. Quick tip about Loom. I'm going to stop sharing here for a brief minute while I go ahead and pull up a different screen. The maximum recording length in Loom is 45 minutes. So do keep that in mind. It is 45 minutes. So I know for some folks, like, oh, that's not very much. No, that's good. If anything's going over 45 minutes, you probably want to chunk that out. Honestly, 15 minutes, 7 to 15 minutes is the recommended length for videos. It's better to break up topics and then have everything total, you know, an hour, 2 hours, instead of just sitting there and powering through a 2-hour recording. So it's actually really nice that Loom, you know, forces you to do that. So again, 45 minutes is the max. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and share my desktop with you, and I'm going to log in and show you a few of my own recordings and a few of the different features that I have used. So I'm going to go ahead, click on sign in. When you hit this page, please remember none of these, right? Because we had to sign in with our at LLS. So I'll go ahead, type in my information. I don't remember my password, so I'm going to use my quick password manager here and sign in. I'm in. So here are some of the videos that I have personally made. Very recently, Loom has started creating folders. You can add videos to different folders. Before it was just kind of a free-for-all. So as you can see, I've got quite a few going there. By default, Loom will name your file based on whatever it was on the screen that you were recording. So for example, if I was in Chrome, so as a sample right down here, this is just the date because I was sharing my desktop and whatever was on my desktop. Now, some of these, because it was on Chrome or it was in Adobe, Acrobat, or anything like that, it would go ahead and try to be helpful and name it that way, like March 19 Acrobat type thing. You can change the name of your recording as simply as clicking on something. So here's that sample that I was doing earlier. You can just click on it from here and start changing whatever you want it to be. So I'll go ahead and call this sample recording for Loom training. To share your recording with someone, all you have to do is click copy this video link up here, and then you can go ahead and paste it in an email. So several of you have received emails from me where I may have done this. You had a question about where something was on Zoom, or where something was on Brightspace. I may have made a quick little video, sent it off in an email, and we've gone from there. When someone clicks on your video, you will see how many times it has been viewed. Since there isn't a login requirement, it won't show you that Corinne has been stalking your video, but it will show you that at least 2 people have seen it, 3 people have seen it. So please keep that in mind. If you want to see the statistics, like if you're concerned about, oh, did all of the students watch it? That's not quite possible, but the workaround around that is to post your link on Brightspace, and then you can see like, oh, this resource has been hit by these individuals in the class. So that's one way you can do it. Of course, that doesn't guarantee that they watched all of it, but it is at least a start. So as you can see from this page, granted, this is my page right now. I can go ahead and change the, the speed of the video if I were to actually watch it. I could do a little bit of video editing for myself right here. So I could click on trim video, and I can say, you know what, this intro, wow, that's a face. Let's get rid of that. So I can go ahead and slice it like this. I'll click remove, and I'll say, you know what, actually a little further down this way, I also want this bit removed. I can click remove. And then if I publish my changes, it'll go ahead and save that. So actually, I'll go ahead. This was just a sample. So it's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. Cute dog. And where's my final? Where is my final? All right. So once it's actually done, you don't have to resend your link. That will just become whatever the new version of this particular video is. So here's my 16-second video now instead of my 44-second video from earlier. We have not necessarily used these features yet, but as you can see on the side here, there are calls to action. You could actually, set something like halfway through your video. If you click call to action, you can put a button there. You can say, like stop here and read this chapter. You could put a link, it's like stop here and visit the library's webpage, for more information, however you'd like to do that. There's a little bit of customization that you can do for your buttons as well. And, all that fun stuff if you'd like to get creative on how that will look. Here's a little sample of what's going on in the middle of the screen. And finally, another fun thing that you can do is actually add a thumbnail. So if you weren't able to capture something on the screen, but you want to throw a picture in there, or maybe it's a screenshot of a page, that'd be a little rough, but you could do it. You can actually upload an image and then go ahead and manipulate it onto your video so that it pops up at a particular time as well. So a little bit more intermediate on that, but can be pretty fun. Just wanted to let you know that that's there for you. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to copy my video link, and I'm actually going to open it in an incognito window so it doesn't think that I'm logged in, so we can see what it looks like from a viewer's perspective. So here's my 16-second video. I could add a comment if I wanted to. So I don't think it timestamps it. So it's not like, hey, Corinne at 10 seconds said this, but it will go ahead and add a comment. Now the emojis, this has been actually an interesting application. So folks can thumbs up, as they're watching the video, they can thumbs up. It'll show the thumbs up right there. I could put my name, fun things like that. So a little bit of a hilarious thing, we were making training videos for a certain application, and it was long. At least for us, it was long. It was like 7 minutes long or something like that. We ended up using the emojis as bookmarks. So we would click a thumbs up at each of the sections that we wanted to remember, and then we could just jump to that section. It's like, oh yeah, the fourth thumbs up was about this particular feature. Kind of funny, right? So there are many ways to use the emojis, not just for yes, excellent point, or I guess laughing face and all that fun stuff. So this is what a viewer will see. And so if I go back to my actual Loom page, I have one view. Of course, I'm not signed in, so it's not necessarily going to show me who that was, but at least I can see that my video is being viewed from there. Let me go back really quickly to all my videos. So as you can see, I tend to use this more for training. Let's take a look. Switching Zoom accounts. This was a popular, well, not as popular as we had hoped, a question we were getting quite a bit from folks. But as you can see, if I go ahead and play it, we'll watch it really quick.
Hello everyone, Corinne here. Happy New Year, and hopefully your first few classes have gone really well. We have been receiving lots of questions about how to start your
Fun times. So the video, you can turn this on or off. So notice in the lower left-hand corner, I decided to have my video on because, well, I wanted to connect to the people who needed to log into Zoom. You don't have to do that. You could even move the video across the screen, remove it completely. You can, as you're setting up Loom to record, decide if you have multiple desktops, you can choose between desktops. If you only want to record Chrome, you could also only record Chrome. So there are several options available to you as you're trying this out. So just wanted to show that very quickly to get a sense, and also so you can hear what it's like. And let me go back to my main page. Was there anything else necessarily that we needed to do? No, that was pretty much it. So again, Loom can be really good to use for maybe class lectures that, maybe additional information that you didn't get to, but you'd like the students to know about. Could be used to pre-record lectures as well. For a lot of our staff instances, it might be easier than sending a really long email. It could be really good to show folks how to do things. Man, there are just so many different ways. Send a birthday greeting. I don't know. Sky's the limit. Also encourage students to use this. If they have to make a presentation, Loom is really easy to use. Of course, you could use Zoom as well. So for those who are like, but I use Zoom and I just share my screen and I record. Absolutely. Excellent. Keep doing that if that's what you'd like to do. So Loom is just another alternative for you, and a pretty easy to use tool. So we wanted to share that with y'all today.